Bonjour, today is Saturday, September 14th, 2024, and I'm here back at my happy place, Algonquin Park, and I'm on the Western Uplands Trail, or I will be in a few minutes. I will be hiking 8.4 kilometers to Ramona Lake, spot number 2. I have my alpaca pack raft with me, so it's been a long time since I've been out on that, so I'm excited to do some paddling today. My pack is at 41.45 pounds, so it is way too heavy, so thankfully it's a short hike. I have a brand new backpack because my other backpack is destroyed. I'm sending it back to Gregory. There's a lifetime guarantee on Gregory packs. Hopefully they'll replace it because the entire back panel is like ripped out along the seam line. I don't know how they could fix that, but anyway, whatever they do, so I wasn't going to wait around while I'm waiting for that to happen, so I bought another. This is my third Gregory 63-liter jade pack. I should probably have a backup, and with the amount of hiking I do, I'm going to go through, more than one bag for the rest of my life for sure, just from regular wear and tear. So yes, I have a brand new backpack. I have brand new hiking poles. Again, I had just worn out my last ones. No defect or anything. I just wore them out. And that is it for new gear. I drove up last night, did some car camping, had a nice fire on some crown land. And yeah, I think that's about it. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's get on the trail. It is 12:30, so I thought it was going to take me 4 hours to get here. It only took me 2 hours and 15 minutes, which means I'm early because if there's someone at that spot, they have every right to stay there till 2 p.m. So let's go check it out. Hopefully there's nobody there and I can, go there immediately. If there's someone there, I'll just come back out here and make some lunch and wait it out. All right, let's go check it out. All right, it is 12:44. What a nice surprise that it was so quick getting here. The lake is really small, so that, has limited paddling potential, but that's okay. It'll be nice to just be out in the middle of the lake, just sitting there. Anyway, I'm thirsty and hungry, so I am going to make lunch. So one of the reasons my backpack was so heavy is because I brought this tent instead of my 6 Moons Lunar Solo. It's not super heavy, but it is much heavier than my other tent. Anyway, let's set it up before lunch right now. There is a fly for the tent as well, but since there is no chance of rain, I am not going to put it on. Yeah, it's a long, narrow tent. All right. Delish. And actually, I was like, I don't know, is the salmon going to taste good with this? And I think it goes really well with this particular like ramen flavor. So I have a lot of those packets of salmon. So now I know what to use them up with. Yep, this is great. It is 3 o'clock. So it's funny. I was going to go on camera earlier and say, oh, it's so quiet here. But there's these three gentlemen. I actually saw them in the parking lot at the beginning of the day. Passed them on the trail. They said they were headed to Maggie Lake. And I was like, shouldn't you have turned left at the fork? And they were like, I guess they were going to go all the way around and like take the long way, which would be 18 kilometers. That's a big day. Anyway, so I was sitting here and all of a sudden I heard all these loud voices. So I went up and it's them. And, so they still have more than 10 kilometers and they're here. Like, anyway, I offered them my map because I've got a new one at home. This one's really old and beat up. They have a map and they said, yeah, we're rethinking the plan. They might be staying at the emergency site. Very close. So, anyway, we'll see what happens, but they're pretty loud. All right, I'm going to read a chapter and then I'll probably inflate my raft and go for a paddle. It is 5 p.m. So I paddled the entire perimeter of this lake. It's a very small lake. It only took me 20 minutes. A small lake with 4 camp spots on it. So often in Algonquin, you have the whole lake to yourself. They only put like 1 backcountry camp spot on the lake, maybe 2. So that's okay. You know, that's okay. It's still better than being in the city, that's for sure. And I don't mind a bit of noise. Yeah, so that's it. I'll probably go for another paddle later. I actually pulled up into spot number 3 beside me because my water access is terrible. When I was setting out, I actually fell into the muck. So I had to I fell on my butt. And so my pants are all muddy. I had to change into my shorts, which is fine. That's why I bring extra clothes. Anyway, so I pulled up there. There aren't any campers at that spot right beside me. And if they arrive, I'll move my boat. But anyway, I think I'm going to make dinner now and then go for another paddle before the sun sets. The sun sets at about 7:30. So I have lots of time to do those 2 tasks. All right, let's make dinner. It has been so long since I've made pasta that I forgot to drain the water because you don't drain the water for the ramen. That's okay. It's like tuna pasta soup. I'm sure it'll be delish. So somebody did arrive to that spot. So I just said, oh, I'm so sorry. That's my boat there. I'll move it. And he was like, no problem. So I've moved it over here to my site. I actually didn't like having it at a spot where I couldn't see it. So it's all good. I will probably attempt another paddle, like leaving from my water access, but we'll see. Anyway, let's eat dinner. Yummy. So this is a half portion of, like if you were to buy a box of macaroni and cheese, I just split the macaroni in half. I bought cheese powder from Bulk Barn, so just made an extra. So this is extra cheesy because I made an extra portion, like the same size portion of cheese powder, and then the tuna packet. But it's still a lot of food. I should have brought some green onion. That would have made this extra delish. Oh, the sriracha sauce. Okay. Mmm. Yummy. Also, I was reflecting. I'm like, normally when I hear other people when I'm camping and they're laughing and having a great time, I really enjoy it. So I was like, why am I sort of having a different reaction this time? And that's because normally when that happens, I'm car camping and I go in fully expecting to be, campsite beside campsite, beside campsite, beside campsite, all of us together, so I know it's not going to be quiet and serene, but normally in the backcountry, that is what I'm expecting. So my expectation was a little different, but I'm over it. Good for them. And yeah, sounds like they're having a great time. It's not just the 3 gentlemen at the emergency site. There's also people at site number 1. And yeah, like there's a bunch of them as well. So yeah, Good for them. It is 6 o'clock. So it is a full house here on Ramona Lake. All 4 spots are taken. And since it's such a small lake, like I kind of feel like creepy. If I already passed by once, that's fine. But if I pass by again, I kind of feel creepy. So I'll leave the boat inflated and I'll go for a nice early morning paddle. But I'm going to leave it for this evening. Yeah. So, and I was like, well, maybe I'll have a fire instead. I thought my saw was in, well, my saws, because I have a retractable saw and a chainsaw. I thought they were in my car. They were not. And I also didn't bring fire starter. And I also had to look around, like there's not much to scavenge for a fire. I don't even think I'm going to try. So I'm going to make a hot chocolate and chill out, hang out. Yummy. So good. The simple pleasures. I've stopped bringing whiskey with me on my backpacking trips. I didn't bring any with me on La Cloche Silhouette. I didn't bring any this time. I'm not saying I never will, but I don't know. I don't know. I just haven't been. I've been bringing hot chocolate instead. I'm getting old. It is 8 o'clock. I can't find my headlamp. It's so weird. I'm trying to think if I used it last night. I can't remember. I tried to get a fire going. It didn't work, so that's fine. So yeah, without a headlamp, I can't even read. So all I can do is play on my phone. I can listen to an audiobook. I'm listening to Savage Harvest about Michael Rockefeller, who was collecting primitive art down in Papua New Guinea and went missing. And yeah, he was murdered and cannibalized. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, interesting book. Yeah, so that's about it for this evening. I will see you in the morning. those people partied until 1:45 in the morning. I did go and yell at them. I'll tell you after. This is the best. I love this. The quiet morning. I'm pretty sure that's the gentleman in spot number 3 offering a little payback. That's hilarious. And good for him. breakfast. I know this is a weird breakfast, but I don't care. I never eat pasta in real life. I mean, this was such a short hike in. I didn't really earn it here either, but anyway, it's a treat. I definitely save for my backpacking weekends or longer backpacking trips. Anyway, so it was definitely my neighbor who made all those sounds as he was leaving. So that guy, like, poor thing, he arrived late and left super early. So he's probably either beginning or finishing a longer hike. So he was only here for that. Those people were so, like, if you just, if they were just up late and we heard the occasional laughter, no big deal. But they were giving zero consideration. They were shouting at full voice. They were clapping and chanting. I don't know if they were saying chug, 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 but it was something like that. Someone started singing at full voice, just hollering. And then, yeah, like really loud laughing, just giving absolutely, they were well aware that there were other campers on the lake. It was really inconsiderate. So at about midnight, I finally got up and I just said, "Excuse me, can you please consider that there are other campers on this lake?" And then I don't know if they were talking about, like, was that someone, wondering whether they heard something. Anyway, I repeated it. I got no response. They carried on until, about 1:45. I would have maybe called out again, but I also didn't want to disturb the guy in spot number 3. Anywho, I really commend him for doing that on his exit, because those guys are real jerks, and I will be reporting them. That's just. Oh, so when I was out on the lake, the one guy comes out, he's like, "Good morning," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "You guys showed no consideration for any of the other campers on this lake." I'm like, "That was really selfish." And then I paddled on. I'm still having a great time. It's just super annoying. You know who else is having a great time? Are the chipmunks. They have been so busy. Yeah, they go up there, they shake the tree, and I don't know what falls into the lake. So I don't know if they go and collect that after, or if just some are falling in the lake and the rest are falling on the ground and they collect those. And that was super cool to see the eels this morning. I'm still having a great time, but yeah. It is 9:30 in the morning. I am going to do the reading that I couldn't do last night due to my missing headlamp. I might take a nap due to the lack of sleep I got due to the partiers. And yeah, I'm just going to relax. Now that I know it's such a short hike out, just, 2 hours and a bit, I'm in absolutely no rush to leave. So see you in a bit. About as big as my thumbnail, this guy. Unbelievable. Algonquin Park, home of the world's tiniest frogs. It is 11:47 and I am all packed up and ready to go. Actually, the people who have this spot for tonight are here already. They've been waiting at the site next to mine, so I'll let them know that I'm leaving. It is too bad about the inconsiderate neighbors from last night, but they did not ruin my good time. The sunrise this morning was beautiful. Sleeping with the fly off and literally sleeping beneath the stars was great when I could get some sleep. And yeah, no, I enjoyed myself. So yeah, hopefully those people will learn their lesson and hopefully that there is some repercussion because like I said, I will be letting the office know before I drive home today. So thank you for coming along. Please continue to watch, comment, like, and subscribe. Keep my retirement dream alive of doing adventures in nature full-time when I retire in under 10 years. See you in the next one. Just a quick update before I end the video. I did stop by the park office. Katie, who took my report, she was so sympathetic and really took it seriously. And she said, yeah, basically some fines were going to be issued. And even for the 3 gentlemen that were supposed to be at Maggie Lake, but ended up hanging out with the Ramona Lake people, she said, oh, we can find out who they are. So I'm really glad that it was taken seriously because it's not acceptable backcountry behavior. And that's how they'll learn that. Yeah, that is not the norm at all. That's never happened to me before. And hopefully it'll never happen again. Anyway, see you next week. Ciao.